you know Vine Deloria?
Yes, Vine. He was doing a visiting scholar at Washington University when I was a sophomore up there, and we did our Right to Be Indian Week. He gave me exposure to a lot of the BIA history that I'd heard in my family home because he'd been on some of the same route with the BIA, so we talked about different people. Yeah.
What was his viewpoint of the BIA?
Bossing Indians around. Yeah, he wasn't impressed. You know, and it was hard because here my dad had been with the Bureau all our lives. You know, my whole childhood I've lived in BIA houses except for when we moved to the city. And in fact, this summer I went back to the San Carlos Apache Reservation where I started first grade in the first row in the school, and 8th grade was the last row. And none of the kids spoke English, so only spoke Apache. And our house is now the Bureau of Land Management building, and it used to be a BIA house. And I learned from my father after much kind of embarrassment that my dad worked for the BIA, that basically the BIA is there to institute the policy of the federal government. It's not necessarily representing Indians. You know, I thought, boy, that really clears it up. You know, that really says it all. You know, and every time you have a new administration, you have a new idea what Indians should be about and what they should be doing and what our treaty rights are. And there's really a lack of education. And basically people start over again in every administration unless they have trained people in those positions. So it's been a learning experience to be a part of my dad's history and part of, you know, the animosity toward the BIA. You know, and he said it with humor, which I loved Vine for. He could add humor to things he could teach you. So I like that about him. I mean, that's how Indians learn best.